Hello, my name is Najee, and this is Najee Talks, where I receive topics from people under the umbrella of lifestyle and have these people come on to the show and we discuss said topics. Today we have Deon Jennings, who I went to Enterprise with, middle school, and King Drew High School. Weird, like never had friends that long. But Deon, I'm going to give you a little something about yourself.
As he introduced, I'm Deon, 28 years old, work at UCLA, married, just cool brother from Compton. That's all. Trying to make it out here.
That's all I like to hear. All right, so today we'll be discussing the dependency of spirituality and relationships. Okay? So let's begin with this question, the first question. So how exactly do you use spirituality in your current relationship now?
Spirituality is a big thing for me. It's just basically that connection with God. And, I was raised under the church. Dad's a pastor. He's a bishop now. But, just being raised with that, spirituality in the household, it was very prominent for me. And it helped me throughout life. And the way I use it now is a sort of like a tool or like a guidance type of thing to, govern my life by, govern my relationship by, and, it helps for me, it works for me, my life.
That's good. I would say for me, not, because it's still spiritual, you know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up, in the church too, but I got away from church. In college, it was, more like a, spiritual journey instead of just religion for me. But, like, if you want to, connect it with relationships, I've learned a lot from the people around me. Growing up, I wasn't, not having a father around. I was raised by my great aunt, me and my brother, and in Compton, and just having a woman, it's not as, there are certain things that they can't provide for you, I mean, even if the father was a player, he still teaches the son that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My mom never really, taught us about relationships. So we didn't have that involved with, how we were raised. So, I had influences by, family members, cousins that were players, brother that was a player, you feel me? Other brother for sure, not But, but it was things that I was taught growing up. It was I learned how to be very extra flirtatious, I guess I would say. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it wasn't the best, but you're a boy, so it's not, you're not really all about the romance and stuff. But,
right.
but it was just kind of when I go back and think about how I did stuff and how I would do, with girls, it was just weird, weird, and I was just why did I do these things, and I was just it was just how I was raised,
right.
And then so when I got into college, this is the first time I was able to branch out on my own, away from my family, because I was always under the shadow of my siblings. Even though I grew up with my brother in Compton, I was with him in elementary and middle school, and then even when we hung out with people in the neighborhood, it was they always wanted to hang out with him.
Yeah.
And there would be times they wouldn't even want to hang out with me. You're too young. What? You're a year older than me. I was and so it would be like that a lot. And I was always Little Dom. You know what I'm saying? Little Dom or Little, whatever his nicknames were. I was always the little of that. Mm-hmm. And then I ended up going to King Drew, and then I ended up going under my oldest brother, Dave. So, for the year that, because we hung out a lot, so all his friends would call me Lil Dave.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I always had a little under my name, luckily, I had a sister, but luckily I didn't have a chance. They didn't really do all that with me with that. Too big of a gap. But yeah, so I had a lot of that, the shadow of being the youngest, And then I didn't even want to even have any type of I didn't try to show anything, any type of I guess talent or stuff, because it was because my oldest brother was the pedestal, you feel me? So everybody looked up to him, and was you gotta be like him,
Mm-hmm.
And it was always like that. And it was man, I don't really know. It was me and Dom was just we hated it. You know, like of course we did. And then Dave had the shoulder on him, the chip. Like I'm the oldest, and I gotta do that. You know, and but yeah, and then when I got into college, I was able to branch out on my own, go to Tuskegee, University in Alabama. I ended up, having my own name, what I'm saying, building my own self, my own image, and then I ended up getting back into myself and what I want to do with myself and stuff, and then I ended up having influences with like people around me that I respected, and then their relationships is what I utilize as my like foundation, like my blueprint. Like I would look at
talking about people you met like during college.
Yeah. Okay. So I would look up, because I was already respected them as they respected them, and then then I saw their relationships and I was like, y'all want something like that? I want something like that. You think I would take that in and like be like, all right, well, that's kind of how I wanted it to be. And then I had a friend that I was there with at the time. Like we came in together. We was having a conversation, and he was dating girls. He was from Georgia, so he was dating a girl from his high school or whatever, and so they were still together. And then he was just telling me that if you treat your girlfriend like your wife, then there will be no separation when you make her your wife.
That's a pretty good concept.
And so that's how. And so
hopefully she's the one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So the thing is, what I ended up doing was I didn't really have I had a relationship in but it was like long distance, like senior year. And then when I got into college, I jumped into one real quick. It was kind of like I was just really gullible. She was like, "Well, I don't really know what to tell people who we are." So I kind of I just got out of one and jumped into this. Well, I wasn't ready for this, but and I got out of it because I was like gullible. It was a lot of back and forth and like really like temporary stuff. And then when I got my sophomore year. No, after my sophomore year, my junior year came in. It was a girl that was a freshman that came in that I started talking to. But when you're talking, you don't really just you're not just on them, whatever. But I had took a year to make my decision, and luckily she stayed because she was, from what I heard from my roommate, she was so ready to give up on me. Because we were together, it was like building. It was good stuff. Though. It was building up to something great. But I wasn't ready for it. Yeah. And I was like, I needed to make sure I was ready. And so the summer after my sophomore year, I basically went through a whole little metamorphosis. I had to cut off because I used to I used to come home, what I'm saying, talk to girls, from home, whatever, like high school, whatever, but little temporary stuff, whatever. Yeah. So I cut all that off, and anybody that I was talking to, I just whatever. I had to cut them off too. And then my ex from high school, I was still it was still back and forth with. And then I finally was like, I had to get rid of that. Yeah. And I even had to even when I did that one, that was the hardest one because I really I cried after that one. Really had to mentally.
But that's good though. Sometimes you need to. You know what I'm saying? Get to a point to where you cut everybody off so you can build yourself up and you can grow.
Right. Yeah, and so that was that's what I needed. And and then when after that happened, I was ready. I was I was done with all the bullshit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I had nothing else holding me back, and I was I'm ready for this. And so when we got back to school that fall, I just introduced her as my girlfriend, and she was just so surprised. Yeah. She was she told me afterwards though at the time she was yeah. And she was wait, did he just do but that was the proper way of going about it because it was a very successful relationship for 2 years. And so the thing is I took that advice almost from my friend about the whole thing with treating them like your wife because I did, you know what I'm saying? I respected, you know what I'm saying, her, you know what I'm saying, took her advice, you know what I'm saying? I listened, I was patient, and then I would always think about her when it was when it came to doing stuff or whatever it was, we were just always, and then we was cool, so we we was best friends.
How do you treat somebody like your wife and never have been married before?
Well, I mean,
I'm not talking about you, but I'm just saying in general, just general.
Well, I mean,
especially from a guy's perspective.
Well, because how the thing is, they say a lot of men think girlfriends, they think when they're the girlfriend status they have, like you still have a lot of like leeway with shit.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Like they think they can get away with it. They be like, oh, I can still, fuck around with this person or whatever, and do this, whatever, do whatever I still kind of want. And then when I get married, then I cut everything off. That's what they think. They're like, oh, well, that's the point where we start cutting shit off when we get married. But so the thing is, if you think about it, like, well, because nowadays talking is a stage. You feel me? So you talk first, and then the relationship comes after that. So the thing is, the talking should be when you're still weeding out people. You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh, let me see what's going on. Like, like I got her. You know what I'm saying? And then like, boom, boom, boom. Next thing you know, it's already one left.
Yeah.
Then that's the girlfriend who should be the wife. Because if you treat it that way, there's no difference when you do actually get married. Because you think about it like, because the thing is, marriage is just legalization. You know what I'm saying? Because you really just signing the paperwork and like, like.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think it's more deeper than that.
I think the thing is, I think about marriage is, I think a lot of it is like commercialized and like sugarcoated to make it look better than what it really is. But the thing is, at the end of the day, when you're done paying all the money for the wedding, if you do get the wedding or whatever, then it's like all that glamour and stuff that comes from it. They're like, oh yeah, woo. But then afterwards, what you got? Like, is it like,
yeah.
Like at the end of the day, it's still just more so, you got signing papers, getting you the ring, so it looks like, so it looks legit, and then it looks legit on paper, it looks legit on the visuals and stuff like that. You feel me? But the thing is, like, it's like they have it like on such a high pedestal that they think it should be a difference when it really shouldn't.
Well, I think obviously there's a difference because you have, girlfriend and boyfriend, then you have husband and wife. So obviously there's some type of difference, even outside of the, glamorous wedding, the money, the legalization, the signing and stuff like that. Like, I feel like it's a union between, two people that is, like I said, deeper than just the paper. It's a love, it's a union, it's a connection. It's a non-separating thing, and that's why I think it's so highly, not necessarily highly commercialized, but highly respected in that sense, because it is something deeper than just a like. It's a real love between two people.
I mean, but the thing, you can have that love without the marriage. Like, you can have a real deep.
I don't want to disagree with you. That's a true statement. I agree with you. I agree. You could have that deep love without the marriage, but it's just something about that marriage. Being married, I feel like it's. I mean, I'm not perfect. My marriage isn't perfect or anything like that, but I truly love my wife, and it's something about, because I was a habitual dater, date people for like 2 years, 3 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but when I finally met her, my wife, it was like a stamp of approval. Not necessarily approval, but just, I don't know. Like, I can't explain it, but it's a deeper love than I've had ever with anybody else. You know what I'm saying? And even though I've had girlfriends before, I've never loved anybody more in that sense than I love my wife. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think, and that's why I said I didn't want to disagree with that statement, but I feel like I wouldn't have this love for her without marriage. It kind of just, it does something, like it adds an extra on top, like, you know what I'm saying, than what I already had.
That's interesting. I mean, well, I guess for me, it was like, because of how I did my relationship and built and got into it and like, treated her and stuff, I guess, because I had a very deep love for her. It was like, it was to the point that like I wanted to marry her. And even if it was like, and there was a point where we had thought she was pregnant, and I was excited. Like, I never thought I would be excited. You know what I'm saying? Like, like not like, oh, I'm willing to support, you know what I'm saying, and work, and do my thing, you feel me? But more like when it was like, oh, she was like, oh, like, at the time she was like, oh, I missed my period or whatever, and I'm just like, I'm like, yo, I'm kind of getting excited, like, yo, this is like really like if this is happening, like I'm there, I'm like, you know what I'm saying, I'm down for the cause, you feel me? Like, I'm really juiced about doing this, you feel me? Like, that was like how I felt, and I mean, like, the thing is, it's like, I mean, because you got people that, like, marriage-wise, you got people that are, nowadays people do it, like, without the wedding, you know what I'm saying, Jamila from King Drew.
Oh,
She got married to my homeboy Bryce. And they didn't have a wedding. They just went to the.
Now I do agree with that. I don't agree with the whole. You know what I'm saying? $50,000, $80,000 wedding. Like you can put that down payment on a house.
Exactly.
And some property invest in that. Like I don't agree with that. Which is why I said it's more than just a signing, because after you've done the big hoorah, what are you left with? Or you should be left with love, the deep love for each other. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're fine. No, that's cool. Yeah, but no, so but that's So that part happened, whatever. So and then what else? Man, I have to get married. Children and stuff. Jatera and Gerard getting married.
Oh yeah, I'm actually excited for that one.
I am so excited for that one.
I'm excited for everybody getting married, man. No, don't want to be old out here. Old and single.
That's how I think that's how I'm gonna be.
But it's cool if that's the.
My children are gonna be my businesses. I'm gonna have my production business. I'm gonna have my talking show. I'm gonna have my health care. I'm just gonna have them and hold them every night.
You dating right now, or you any potential suspects? Suspects. I don't want to call them suspects.
That's weird. I'll be trying, bro. I've tried. Since I came back out here, I've tried. I've been really willing to learn a lot from my relationship, the one I had in college. And the only reason why it didn't last was because she had depression for the summer.
Oh no.
She was staying with me and she was trying to get a job in a place of her own. So she was just kind of stuck in the house all day, and it was weird because we were both broke. And I was in school, everybody else was in school, she wasn't, so it kind of didn't make things easier. When people were telling her to go home, she didn't want to go home, she was trying to get something. And then it just sucked because it took the whole summer. She finally got a job and a place, but it took the summer for that to happen.
Yeah.
So then when that happened, it was just all of it happened at the time. And it was I wasn't because I was still work, because I was doing, I was a researcher, and so I also in the summer I had to be there for the summer because for school we had some classes we had to take, and so when I was there, whatever, and then so I was also still doing my research, so I was getting paid for that, and then so we had some high school students that were in there, and so I had to teach them how to present my work that I did. And so I was doing that, and so I had that responsibility on me with that, and then school stuff, and you know what I'm saying, having issues with my fucking always being late to class. I was always getting chewed out by one of my professors. Oh man, so
but this is I feel like this is a perfect example of tying that whole the different type of love when you're married versus the different type of love when you are in a relationship, because. Not to say that you're wrong or she's wrong or whatever, but when you're married and you go through that, your wife. Just imagine your wife is. Well, obviously you guys are gonna be staying together. But can't find a job for the summertime. And, she's going through whatever she's going through while you're going through whatever you're going through. You can't just up at the end of the summer and be like, hey, you know what? This isn't working out for me. I can't deal with your depression. Blah blah blah. Whatever. I'm out. But, you can get divorced, but
the thing is, no, I see what you're saying, because it's you have that freedom. You're not bound by anything. But I didn't leave. I didn't leave. So but it was just we both kind of needed space when she moved out or whatever. So but we were still together, and I was trying to make it work. She wasn't trying to make it work. So because when the depression happened, the relationship went into the back burner, and so her feelings were gone. So it made it hard. Because she had nothing, and I still had mine. So it made it hard for us to try to still work together in our relationship. You know what I'm saying? So we kind of just drifted. But I was still trying to fight. People were trying to tell me let go. And I was trying, but then what I had realized was I had to let go, because I needed her to, she needed space to grow from what she had going on and get better. So I broke up with her. She didn't understand at the time though, but I had to do it for a reason. It was pretty hard though. I really cried that morning before I did it. It was hard. But so then when I did it, whatever, and then afterwards, I was like trying to still talk to her and stuff, but she was like telling me it was hard. She was like, telling me like you can't keep doing this or whatever, it's hard. So I stopped talking to her. So I like literally just like, you know, I couldn't see her. You know what I'm saying? Like so I unfriended her from Facebook, stopped following her on Instagram. Like I had to stop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had to get away. And so that I did that. Right. Chiropractic. Wait, I know a lot of the small people that are really good at adjusting. But it's because they know how to do it.
Yeah.
It's just about what I've been learning in graduate school is everybody has their own way of doing things. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it should be. In life, everybody has their own way of doing it. Like no one's gonna be the same in doing anything.
Right.
So if it's even like, cause like right now I'm working in this warehouse, and I'm like, yo, what I do when I do this thing, you know what I'm saying? When I make these boxes, I do my shit this way.
Yeah.
Somebody else makes their boxes a different way. That's just how it is. I know that I'm like sitting there like, well, I mean, nobody's gonna be like me, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what you gotta realize, like, and like, but like, it's just like with everything, like, chiropractic. I know a lot of little women that just get it in on tall, big people.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that's because they learned how to do it right. You know what I'm saying? And then they have moves you can change for yourself. If you have like regular, because I'm good at just doing regular body drop, boom, or like doom. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if it's like somebody smaller, they might have to use a leg thing for a lever. Like they can like kick their leg back, and then it helps them with the adjustment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I don't really like doing it. I don't really care for doing all that. I can just do a drop. I'll be fine. I'm better at that. But yeah. So back about the relationship stuff, whatever. So the reason why I really was done. You know what I'm saying? I was like, so by the time I graduated, I was trying to get out. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to run. And then so I actually had I talked about this before, but I had a vision to talk to my dad. My dad's dead. And so I talked to him and he explained to me basically like about, he helped me out with my relationship and how I should take it in and stuff. So, but the only reason why I gave up the relationship I gave up on it was because she didn't want to come out here.
Oh, okay.
At first she said she did, 'cause she was like behind me in classes and stuff, and so she was like, when I graduated, I'm gonna find a school out in California, and then just come out there. I was like, yeah, sure. I was like, yeah, no, I was cool. I was like, yeah, we can make this happen. I'll wait a year or whatever, I'll wait, you know what I'm saying? You get out of here, you feel me?
Yeah. That
was supposed to be the game plan. But then when the depression came in, she was just like, I don't want to go there.
Damn.
Like she didn't even try. She was just like, I don't care, I'm not going to California.
Yeah.
But I already was going, because I was going to chiropractic school.
Yeah.
There was no doubt about me coming back here. I was like, my mindset was already set for that. So there was no way I was going around that,
Yeah.
And that's really what it was.
Oh.
But since I've been here, I've tried to get into, you know what I'm saying, the things I've learned in my relationship, you know what I'm saying, I try to utilize.
That was your last like major relationship? Oh, okay.
Because even out here, I tried, like I've had like, I think maybe my longest one might have been maybe 6 months maybe. And then the reason why that one ended was because she got more into religion. And then so I'm not religious. So her reason was that because we don't worship the same way. That's why she didn't want to continue the relationship.
That's understandable though.
Yeah,
it could have worked, but obviously, you want to get with people that's, equally yoked or like-minded.
Yeah.
And that's all what it boils down to, is like understanding though.
Yeah, that's true. So I couldn't do nothing about it. That's one of the biggest things I can't do anything about.
Yeah.
So that happened before. I had it happen with somebody else that it was a girl that I was like a girl I had known for years, like from like high school. We was like a little program, whatever. But she always had relationships. And then when I went out of state, she was like, it was always like never the right place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then she was in like Florida for a bit, and she was in a relationship, and then she ended up going getting into like physician assistant school, and her broke up. And then so she moved to like Arizona, and I was like, oh, okay. And then so then when it happened, because she was like we were always like cool and stuff. Like she knew I was like, I always liked her, you know what I'm saying? But she was like, at first she was like, yeah, relationship, whatever. And then she would come visit because she's from here or whatever. And so she would come visit. And when one time she was like really in, like showing me some like, towards me. And I'm like, it's never like that. It's usually just me.
Yeah.
And like she would like tell me like, yeah, like nah. And then this time she was like, oh, I was like, mutual. I was like, something's different. You know what I'm saying? So she told me. I was like, oh, okay. But then she was just like, first it was like about like she wanted to, give her time to be single, you know what I'm saying, enjoy this shit, enjoy it and stuff. So I can respect that. So I gave her space. Summertime came. I was like in a rough time with the school, and then I started talking to somebody that I just got back talking to because we had talked for a minute, and then she was young, but she had her own things going on. So she was like, I can't do it. And then she graduated from college, and then we had got back and started talking again. And then like during the summer, we was like actually like making more progress. She was better, but then she had she had started working at the studio, like the BBC and stuff, whatever. And so she was like really like doing all the work, and like so she was like really hard. She couldn't even it was really hard for her to stay communicate consistently. And so I was like trying though. I was really trying with her. I was like trying to be patient. You feel me? I was like, I do understand you can't text as often or whatever. Just I was just like send a morning text. You feel me? Like if you send it back, cool. If not, I'll be fine. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I already know what's up. If I know what's up, then we good. You feel me? Because it's not like I'm just trying to get somewhere with her. We already had something. Right. We have something. So I'm like, I do understand you're, you can't text as much. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. You know what I'm saying? Just when the chance happens, if you do want to talk on the phone during that day, let me know. You know what I'm saying? We can make, or we see each other on the weekend or whatever. We can make it happen. Cool. Yeah. I'm good being compromising. You know what I'm saying? But then at the end of the summer, she ended up was like, well, I ain't got the time basically. I get a lot of that. Yeah. But yeah, so then the other girl, so I ended up not being consistent. I guess whatever. So then I started trying to talk to her again in the fall about stuff, whatever. But her main issue was religion. And I was like really pissed because I was like the whole time it was always kind of like a will they not thing with us. Like I even went to prom with her. I went to her prom, right? And it was like because we always talked on the phone, but it was like I was always that guy that was like always kind of like will we at one point, you feel me? And then I was like, well now it's finally the time, and then now I can't. Boom, right? I'm like yeah.
And then it's hard out here, to find somebody. That's why when you find somebody, you make that jump, make that leap, make that sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? To have you, hold them down for the rest of your life. Because
you gotta try to. Yeah, I mean out here it's really hard out here, because all the women out here, it's like I meet a lot of older women that are, entrepreneurs. You know what I mean? Doing their thing. I mean, very inspiring. Yeah. And I do my thing, I get there. I do it. I get it started, you feel me? Things seem to be moving, you feel me? And then next thing you know, they're just like, I gotta focus on me. That's all they do. Yeah. I gotta focus on me, gotta focus on my business, whatever it is. They got their own shit they gotta worry about, or their own self, and they just be like, well, I can't. Basically, I'm just always gonna be a distraction nowadays. Yeah. Well, because it's that initial startup. I feel like that's what it always is. Nobody wants to do the whole start over, what's your favorite color, where you like, you know what I'm saying? You got to, and that's time you can be investing in whatever you got going on, your business and all this other stuff. So, I mean, I mean, one of the things I will always one of the ones that I did recently, I talked to for a bit, was the one that helped me with my production business, get it started. She sparked it like crazy, bro. I'm really grateful. We're still cool though. We work together. Everything's good. We Gucci. You feel me? And then since then, it's just been like a fire still in me. That's why I started this one. It's Najee talking. I'm like, okay, well, it's like everything is just kind of moving. You feel me? I'm like, yo, let me do this. 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 It's all I got an idea. Let me make it happen. You feel me? And then the thing is, I really thought this wasn't gonna be as good or have enough content. And people was like, yes, let's make this happen. You feel me? Those are the people that you want to, as far as the girl. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. Those are the people who you want to be in your corner in terms of relationships, because those are the people that's gonna always constantly inspire you, always constantly keep the fire lit under you when you go through whatever it is that you go through. Like, man, I don't know, I don't think this is working out, or I don't think this is moving. Yeah. Those are the people that champion you and be like, all right, boom, get this going on. You got it. And that's how my wife is to me. She's always that person to be like, because I have a whole bunch of ideas, but I'll never start them, right? So I'm just like, hey, babe, you know what I'm saying? I was thinking about this on the way home. Do it, let's go. Let me call. She'll like, okay, hold on, let me call you back. Boom, I know this person said get a building, you can do this, you can do that. And she's that person, which is why I married her, because
She reminds me of my mom, no sick way. But my mom was a go-getter. She gets stuff done. I can be like, obviously she's my mom. She took care of me really well, and she took care of her husband, my dad. And when I started dating my wife, she was getting stuff done. She was getting stuff done for me. And then one of the icing that was on the cake was I was going through a little something at work. I don't know, like a little. I wasn't depressed, but I was, going through a little something at work, and it was really getting me down. And she came with like a whole care package. She bought me a book, like a little self-help book. She bought me this little kind of like a notepad with just little quotes and sayings on it and stuff like that. And it was some like candy and some other stuff on it. But at that time, I knew it was like, okay, this is somebody who's gonna be down for me, who's gonna roll me and be the champion, the battery behind my back to always constantly keep going. You feel me? So you should look into the young lady who's, you know what I'm saying, allowing you to get stuff going, or championing you to get stuff going.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's how I really did see it. Cause it was like, even when we first started, it was like, when I first told her about me getting expelled from school, first thing she said was, "You want me to burn the school down for you?" I was like, really, like, no one's ever said that to me. I was like, yo, that was like really like, I needed that. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, no, like, it's not really what it is, like, you know what I'm saying? But just someone to be like that, you know what I mean? And it was just like always, like you said, someone that like really just pushed me to be better, like do more. Like I said, and even with the production, it was just like kind of like, she was like, she was like talking to me about like, if you can get your team, you can start something. Like she was like, get started, get on the phone. She was like, really, like, get on the phone, hit people up right now. Like that was how she was. And then when the whole thing was starting up, the whole thing, the pay, like the business, the name and everything, the logo, everything was like, she was just like, do it now, like go. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then like even when it comes to like getting everything, cleaned up and stuff, you know what I mean? Like she's just like there, like supporting. She's still, supporting. So I mean, it's on her though. But I do respect her, the fact that she is still starting her business. Year in now, so she's still fresh. She's still trying to get it going. So I really do understand that she really needs to put this work in. You feel me? Like I'm okay with, what I'm saying, waiting for, for her to cool off and stuff, whatever, and have more time on their hands. Because maybe maybe eventually she'll have somebody else that can just do the shit, for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, so trying to stay, just trying to make sure I stay communicating.
In the right position.
Yeah.
So when the time comes,
But so that's the most I really like. Honestly, everybody else really just. I mean, but the thing is, I still learn from my relationship to the end of the day. That's the best thing to do. Yeah. Is to not do nothing. Like, I don't act like because even if they don't say I had an issue, I still try to figure out what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe it was this, because they kind of just didn't say nothing. You feel me? So I just try to like break down certain things. Like maybe I should, certain little things I would pick up or whatever. Like, okay, let me change this about, or do this or whatever, make this adjustment to myself. Or something, like I try to utilize what I can from the relationship or just talking or just whatever the briefing kind of was.
So where are you at now in terms of like your spirituality, like right now, this present moment?
Well, right now I feel like I'm more of a, I really look more internal for stuff. And kind of just, well, the thing is, I try to stay as optimistic about shit. And so that makes life easier. Yeah. Like, because the thing is, I have a lot going for me right now. You feel me? Like, and I'm really grateful. The fact that I was able to come back home and start graduate school. I'm about to be a doctor in a year. Like, you feel me? And then I'm starting these businesses up. You feel me? Like, I'm able to utilize these other things that I have going on at the same time of doing it. And I'm just like, yo. And then I have a great relationship with my family. I got good friends. You feel me? Like, I can just see the support I'm getting just from doing this talk show. Like, the people I'm talking to, and they're just like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's being like, no one's half-assing me about this. Like, everybody's just like, people are willing to like, really like, let's make this happen. And that's what, like, I'm like, bro, I'm really grateful for it. That's why it's like, even if I'm not in a relationship right now, I'm not losing anything at the moment.
Right.
So the thing is, I'm okay with not having anything because I do realize it does take a lot of time, and you got to do a lot of commitment. And then even when you're trying to build up to something, it's a lot of you got to give for that. You know what I'm saying? Like so, it's like a lot of stuff I got to go in for that. But like right now, it's like I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm at because I'm going off of just building off of these things I'm creating and trying to go from and stuff and I'm really just I guess just more so I don't really have like a routine I do. I did learn from imaging about Buddhism, and so I learned the mantras. I do mantra here and there. You feel me? That helps, especially when it's like certain things to try to like. Or if like even if it's just like if it's like me just trying to give somebody some energy, some positive energy, I just do the mantra in my head, you know what I'm saying? Or even if it's just like me trying to focus, that helps too, just mentally. I did it for a research conference. It was I think it was my second time doing oral presentation, so it's PowerPoint. So I did a PowerPoint presentation at a conference, and I did the mantra, and I did it for like the whole time somebody was going before me, and so maybe like 5 or 10 minutes or so. And so then I was done. So I was just like, but the thing is, what I do is, so the thing is, the mantra really in my head is kind of like a background noise. So it's just kind of like a frequency that calms my mind because I have a lot going on in my mind. So it calms it out. So then it's just like in my head, Namyo Renge Kyo in the back, and then I say certain things for me. So I say like things like focus, confidence, regurgitation of like the stuff I need to know. Like that's what I do. Or if it's like, positive, like stay positive. Be happy. Like so you're saying like that. Like it's the things I need to utilize to do at that time. And so what I did was I said those words to myself. And then when I got up there, I knocked it out. I was just booming, boom. And then afterwards, a guy, one of the scientists asked me, because my research was on sexual stress in mice, and he was just like, so we did our observation in the daytime, and he was just like, hey, did you guys ever think about doing observations at night? And then I'm just like, but they would be asleep. And then everybody just laughed. And then so then when it was over, I walked off. My supervisor / mentor was in the back. So she like laughed. She's looking at me like, yo, she's like, good job. And she stops me. She's like, just so you know, mice are nocturnal creatures.
That's why everybody was laughing.
So I was so proud. So I was like, I was like, they sleep. What's up? Everyone was like, but it was just like, I guess it was just because how I said it. It was just like, all right. I guess he didn't even care enough about schooling me on it. It was just like that was funny. Like, just gonna move on. And then when she said it, I was like, yo, well, they didn't know that. So I was just like, kept walking, like, well. And then I won the 3rd place for iCloud.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, so I won 2 3rd place prizes. I've never won prizes before. I've never won places before. But it was like, I didn't think I was gonna get it because I never won when I did poster presentations. Those are really boring. Because you gotta sit around, you gotta present more than one time. You get like 3 judges that come differently. But we do PowerPoint, just oral, real quick. Everybody's in there, and then they ask questions after it's all done. Simple. Just simple. It's done. You're done. And then you can go do whatever you want afterwards.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, so I won 2 3rd place ones before. But the one I won, it was, so it was like I said, I was surprised. Cause I was just like, I didn't think I was gonna get it. I never get anything. And they was just like, Jerome Hampton. Me?
Yeah.
I was like, okay. And then I also got, I became a part of the Honorary Research Society as well, Sigma Psi. And I did that, like, I think, like, after I got the awards. And then, I guess, because I think it was, I don't know if it was actually, I don't know if you had to actually have an award or you just had to have research done. I think it might have just been research done. And so the thing is, we just had to get, like, recommendations from a scientist that was a part of, that was a member. And so my advisor, my supervisor / mentor was, of course, recommended me for it. And then I got me a tassel for it too.
Oh, that's dope. That's cool.
Yeah. But I utilize it for a lot of stuff, which really helps. helps me for sure. So I'm really big on trial and error, and so if it's like things are going great, it's keep it doing it.
Yeah,
like that's why I'm still a vegetarian.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm gonna keep doing it because I'm like,
Right,
all right, this shit, it works. Yeah. So
yeah.
So it's like that's just how it is.
Yeah.
Thank you, Deon.
No problem, man.
Thank you.